Welcome, and thank you for watching the Solvaria's Pillars of Corporate Growth prepared for the Hampton Roads Innovation Collaborative. Today, I would like to introduce our CEO, Greg Samuels, myself, I'm the VP of Client Engagement. My name is Angel Smith, and we've got our Vice President of Marketing, Jen Frazier. We're going to discuss today the story of how Solvaria has come about and evolved. We'll also introduce you to our services and talk about the differentiators that we have from our competitors. Then we would like to introduce you to some of the challenges that we face in the marketplace, followed by our marketing roadmap, technology roadmap, and then next steps and ways in which you can help us grow. Greg?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Greg Samuels, CEO of Solvaria. Solvaria was founded in 1997. We were originally established as B2B Solutions in Richmond, Virginia. We were called B2B Solutions because we wrote and sold business-to-business exchanges for companies that were in like industries. We've evolved over the time. We've working with technical writers, project managers, business analysis, really strategic leadership, database services. All of these services we offered back in 1997. I joined the company in 2011 and added fractional CIO services. I was a fractional CIO independently for many years. I knew the owner of B2B Solutions, and we started to partner together. I also brought the notion of adding SQL Server to our existing DBA services practice because at the time we were doing exclusively Oracle DBAs. In 2013, the former owner retired and I purchased the company, and we ran the company largely as is for several years and thought about what made our company unique and our offerings unique. And what we determined was that all of the work we did, project managers, technical writers, BAs, etc., was found in most other consulting firms. What made us very unique was the fact that we had fractional CIO, or strategic leadership as we call it today, and our DBA services were some of the best in the region. So we decided to take out and let all of our other businesses start to naturally go away and focus solely on DBA services and strategic leadership. So in 2016, in conjunction with our rebrand to Solvaria, we sought to slim down our offerings to just those two very important areas. The name Solvaria really comes with a nod to our solutions background from the days of B2B Solutions, but also adding in the component of solving problems. And the VA in the middle are really, Virginia is our main region of focus, and we have customers all over. 90% of our business is in the Richmond and Virginia area. In 2017, we were fortunate enough to be named to the Inc. 5000 fastest growing companies. The roadmap and really where we've been, we started again in 1997. We had about 14 employees. Fast forward to today, we are fortunate enough to have 45 employees and support them and their families. We continue to support our company mission, which is to be an organization that employees want to work for and companies want to work with. Our revenue growth, we've had year-over-year growth every single year. This year we're projected at $5 million of gross sales, and we've been named to the Inc. 5000 list 3 years in a row now. We were fortunate enough to find ourselves on the Virginia Best Places to Work list, and we were recently named to the Solvaria, the Chamber Fantastic 50, which is the Richmond Chamber. In celebration of their 25th anniversary, they have a Fantastic 50 award. We are a Microsoft Gold partner in both data analytics and data platform, and we've had that certification since 2016. So as I mentioned, we focus on two things and two things that we do very well. The first is our data management support services, or data services. The other area is our strategic leadership. Our data management services, really our hallmark offering, is MMT 365. MMT stands for Monitoring, Maintenance, and Troubleshooting. We provide 24/7 support of companies' database environments. So whether you are a small company that has one database instance or you are a large organization that have hundreds of instances, our team of DBAs support your company as a managed service to provide remediation to issues, performance tuning. We do assessments on your database environment and strategic projects such as migrations, platform moves, moves to the cloud, etc. Our strategic leadership division, we serve as IT leaders for other organizations, whether that's working as the CIO or the senior most leader of an organization, or it's working with the CIO on what we call Bet the Farm projects. So business process engineering, large program management initiatives, M&A activity, and also doing organizational assessment work where we come into an organization, we help really put our finger on the pulse of IT and how it aligns with business. Our company mix of who we do business with ranges from large multinational organizations such as DuPont. We manage many of their database locations globally. And then all the way down to the small 4 or 5 person shop where they maybe have one single database environment that we support. What makes us different from our competitors? Well, as I mentioned before, we decided to focus on 2 things and do 2 things well. Some of the national providers like Navisite and DataVail, while they do have DBA services offering, they offer a wide variety of offerings in application development, infrastructure, project management, etc. A lot of them on the DBA services side offer only 100% remote services. They do not offer an on-prem solution or will not send consultants to your location. And a lot of our competitors have both onshore and offshore resources. What makes us different is we provide a team of 3 senior level database experts to every customer. We can come onto your site, we can work from our site or do a combination of both. And we provide 100% onshore resources. Our goal is to eliminate any single point of failure. That's why we have the team of 3. And we continually look in your environment, making sure there aren't any single points of weakness. And the other thing that differentiates us from the competitors is that while we do have consistent processes, we really focus on tailoring our approach to the size of your company and the needs of your organization. Whether you're a single database environment, our offering, while consistent and will provide you a great level of coverage, it's going to be slightly different than our large multinational organizations where we have an entire team of DBAs working constantly in that very large environment. So the challenges of Solvaria that we've seen over the years is, one is the software vendors. So the Oracles and the Microsofts of the world, while we are a Microsoft partner, we do not sell any licensing. We are not aligned with any single one of these software vendors. So we provide very frank advice. We have no hidden agenda in terms of trying to sell you additional products from any one of these vendors, which does create a problem with those vendors. They would like us to be a partner where we only recommend their items. So that tends to put us in favor for the customers. They tend to enjoy working with us because they're going to get an honest opinion out of us. The software vendors don't like to see when we're on the scene and we're handling a licensing audit and we're consulting with the customers on how to slim down the number of licenses they have. The competitors that I mentioned, these large technology companies, they may offer 1 or 2 DBAs in addition to the suite of their application development team that comes with their offering. So that makes it a challenge for us because we are solely focused on the DBA environment and your database environment. So when it comes to building out or having a new technology project or working with a new offering, we are going to recommend a partner for the application development work versus just handling the application development work ourselves, because that's not something that we do. The biggest competitors that we have in our space, I feel, are the staffing firms, because when a company loses a DBA or loses a CIO, the knee-jerk reaction is to just replace that single FTE. What we like to do is change the conversation and really evaluate the job itself and evaluate the work that you need to have done. And we can most of the time offer a solution where we can provide a team of DBAs or a team of my strategic leaders for a fraction of the cost without you needing to replace that FTE. So if you immediately reach out to a staffing firm and replace that FTE without doing the job evaluation, that often pulls us out of the picture because we've not been able to have that conversation. Finally, the final challenge that we have is we're very well known in the Richmond area. We have a lot of community involvement. I've been a member of the CIO community for many years. When we move to other markets, we're unknowns, which is normal for a small business, but it's a challenge for us because my mission is to shout from the mountaintops how great our work is and how great our services are. But if people don't know us, that's not something that often happens. Jen?
Moving into our marketing roadmap, our 2020 marketing strategy was really developed to address some of the challenges Greg mentioned in the previous slide. The first area we've really focused on this year was retooling our messaging to be more solutions focused. You'll see these 4 boxes here. These are the way we've organized our services on our website, on our sales and marketing collateral, and really in the way we sell the services. By positioning the problem that a customer or a potential customer could be having, it really helps them understand what service we provide and what solution they can get to the problem they're having. Kind of on the same vein, we're really trying to package up our services into clear, really succinct packages. MMT 365 is one we're launching this summer that Greg mentioned earlier. And it's services that we've offered for years, but we've really slimmed it down so it's easy to understand. It's a clear timeline, a clear budget, and a clear delivery as to exactly what you're getting. Community involvement and client relations are 2 really pillars of our marketing strategy each year. Community involvement is things like sponsoring other technology organizations such as HRIC, SQL Saturday, RVA Tech here in Richmond. That's really important for us from a business development standpoint as well as a recruitment standpoint. And lastly, client relations is huge for us. We get a huge amount of business from referrals from our current customers and partners. So keeping us top of mind through email, social media, and face-to-face interaction is really, really important for us.
All right. Thank you very much, Jen. So to talk about our technology roadmap and to echo some of the things that Greg has already said, we got our start in the database management side of our business back in 1997, predominantly servicing Oracle. As we all know, the one thing that never changes about technology is that it is always changing. And to stay with it, you have to be willing to change and adapt and evolve, and that's what we've done. We added our SQL Server practice in 2011. To today being able to work with pretty much any database platform, regardless if it is on-prem, in the cloud, or in a hybrid environment. And if you today have a database solution and it's not where you want it to be, we're also able to help you migrate it to where you would prefer to have it as well. And this slide here just demonstrates all the different technologies that our team of senior level DBAs have the ability to support. And this is an ever-evolving and ever-growing list as well. If a client that we have comes to us and requires support for a technology that we don't currently support, we will either help find the person who can support it for them, or we'll simply say that that's not something that we do because we're very good at staying in our lane. So, what do we need to help us grow? Events just like this. We would have loved to have been in front of all of you on April 29th as the original plan, but we are in today's environment, and so social distance and webinar it is. The next steps is that we would love the opportunity to meet with any of the IT leaders that are watching this today. There might be projects that we would be able to help you with. And even if your company is not poised to work with us, you probably know other IT leaders who would benefit from having a conversation with us. So sharing our story would also be important. And my last call to action is being a professional in business development in a world where you're required to socially distance is not very easy. And I have found it to be personally beneficial to talk to other sales leaders, regardless of industry. So please introduce me to your sales leader in your organization. I would want to have a conversation with them and see how we can mutually benefit one another. Thank you all very much for watching today's presentation. We would love to hear from you, so please reach out to either myself, Greg, or Jen, and hope to meet you one day face-to-face soon.